Hello, everyone. Welcome to a tier list. A tier list that I've been wanting to do. And that is Batman. I am the knight. I am Batman. I'm trying to do my impression on Kevin Conroy. Rest in peace. Yeah. First of all, let's go and so out of all these movies, we know what's the worst film. We're gonna start off with the worst film. That movie was shit. Everything about that movie was awful. It literally defied how bad everything is. Joel Schumacher made a terrible movie. He also made another terrible one, which we'll discuss that later. But this entire movie was so goofy and silly that it takes away from the darker tones of Batman. Think about that. Plus, you had the bat nipples and a lot of ever stupid, crazy, dumb shit. And, well, 4 movies are fine, but when you have more, it's like, wow. 1989 is not... Okay, what do I want to say about 1989? The Joker... Now, Jack Nicholson's Joker was classic, as always. His Joker was... I grew up watching this movie, basically, because I was, because I'm something like 20... I'm almost 23, man. But as a kid, I watched this movie. The theme is really iconic. Michael Keaton's Batman's memorable for a lot of reasons. But I'm going to say it's almost goated. It's not quite goated because a couple things. It just doesn't, it doesn't kind of make sense how, things are with that movie, but I mean, the thing is, in these movies, we've noticed that, not all of them, but, there's been a few of them where Batman has killed people. I'm not kidding, Batman has killed people. And, in the cartoons, we don't really see him kill people. I don't think he's killed people in the Batman movie, but we'll have to talk about that one. The Dark Knight Returns is something else. I know not everybody likes DeVito as the Penguin, but I do. I remember him biting a guy's nose off. I remember his Penguin was just very good, actually. I think honestly, some people say, "Oh, that Penguin's crap." I like Colin. Everybody's like, "Oh, I like Colin Farrell's Penguin, he's better." I'm like, no. For me, this is... I also do like I also like the obviously we got Catwoman in there too. First iteration of Catwoman. Very, very good movie. But it's darker than the first movie. But it was okay. I mean, some of the things in that movie were, how, it's just kind of there's that one character that's why the fuck is this character even here? It's that he's not even in any comics or anything. And then, yeah. Oh, man, this movie. I'm doing this because I want to talk about it, but actually not. Let's not talk about that one. I want to talk about this one. This movie is goofy in a lot of ways. Tommy Lee Jones hated Two-Face. He hated playing that character. It also didn't make sense for Tommy Lee Jones to play as Two-Face because in the original Batman movie, Billy D. Williams was Harvey Dent. And unfortunately, with this movie, we could have had instead of Tommy Lee Jones, we could have had a black man as Two-Face, which I actually like that idea, to be honest. But they're like, no. And that's one of the biggest issues of this movie is basically Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face. It just didn't make sense. And plus, it also doesn't make sense. Like, some of the... Also, I mean, like... Batman was just kind of being... like, Val Kilmer's portrayal of Batman was... not great, but you know what? He's a good actor. Feel bad for him, too. But... he would be good as Bruce Wayne, but not as Batman. So, for me, it's like... he's kind of in the movie's kind of definitely a meh. Because it's what led to the downfall of the Batman movies for a little while. I mean, obviously we know that Batman Returns was responsible for it because of how dark it was and violent. But Batman's supposed to be that way. It can't always be silly and goofy and like comedy-esque. I mean, these two movies were trying to be that way, and Schumacher ruined it. Tim Burton was trying to do something with the character. He was trying to make it even darker. He made it darker, but it made sense. And yes, I know Batman's supposed to be for kids too, and I understand that aspect. But we still have movies in live action where Batman still kills people. Okay, let's talk about 1966 Batman. This movie is not the worst. It's just mad, but it has a memorable scene, things in it, with the shark pellet, I think, and then I'm pretty sure there was a bomb thing in the scene or in the movie. I don't remember. Yeah, it also like got like the a bunch of villains in a team up, which is actually good, memorable for me. But honestly, that movie wasn't as memorable as it was for only a few scenes, but for me, I watched it once, and it definitely is a meh for me. It really is. Okay. Mask of the Phantasm. Now, I only included a few animated movies. I don't want to include a bunch of them, because I didn't want to do that. So I included 3. Mask of the Phantasm is goated. Sub-Zero had a really good story with Mr. Freeze. I liked it a lot, actually, now I think about it. I loved it. But I'm gonna say it's probably, like, almost goated, because I always liked Kevin Conroy's voice as Batman, and it always, to me, it kind of sucks, too, because I grew up watching that Batman, and I grew up also watching that the one from the 2000s cartoon show that I watched. We got the Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker. I watched this one quite a few times, but you know what? It got dark at times, but it had to with the whole Robin thing. But honestly, flashback and stuff. But honestly, this was a good, okay movie. The Dark Knight Rises was the worst out of the Nolan trilogy, the Batman Nolan trilogy, but at the same time, wasn't the worst because. The thing about this movie was it had Bane, which was actually Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy really did a good performance with his Bane, plus the voice is so memorable. Man, this is... It's not goated, but it's like, it's okay. Next up is The Dark Knight. Not Dark Knight. Next up is Batman Begins. Batman Begins had a very interesting story with it. It's sorry about that. Yeah, I know a YouTube video was just playing. God damn it. I'll leave it in the video. Who cares? You guys are probably like, oh my god, it's Mutahar. Fuck. Yeah, I watched him. I do watch him. So this, to me, this is really tough. I think, honestly, this, man, I want to put it in meh, but I'm like, I don't want to put it in goated, so it's going to be okay. These two movies are really kind of debatable where I want to put them. But for now, they're going on okay tier. This movie, I know people say it was disappointing. Actually, I like it now, too. the villain in this was a good portrayal. Obviously, Ra's al Ghul, Liam Neeson, memorable. But I mean, if I'll just put that movie in almost goated. But it's not. I feel like Batman Begins was kind of the worst out of the three movies. Now I think about it, the Batman. This movie was freaking good. I liked it a lot, except the Penguin, except Colin Farrell's portrayal of Penguin. But I think his Penguin's good too. So I like DeVito's better. But you know what? I'm gonna put this movie in almost goated because I like how they did the Riddler differently. I like this Riddler better than Jim Carrey's because Jim Carrey's version sucked ass. And honestly, this movie really had a good detective kind of like murder solving mystery kind of story, and it was really good to, but also reintroducing Catwoman again. I mean, same thing goes with the Dark Knight Rises when you're introducing Bane after like, having him in a shitty ass movie last time, but Tom Hardy's performance is better than that other guy as Bane, which is not forgettable, basically. But at least the Batman was pretty good for what it is, especially. I mean, obviously, Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne isn't really figured out yet, but obviously can't wait for the second movie if there is going to be ever one. I like to see something different with that movie. I mean, obviously, I've noticed, like, obviously, we could talk about Gotham here a little bit. I'm going to bring it up, Gotham, about how, I mean, they didn't do Mr. Freeze properly in Batman and Robin, but let's hope in movie form that it's done properly this time and actually better, because in Gotham they did that too, but that's a really good thing. Same thing with the animated movie as well. But last up but not least is the movie that is also going to be goated. There's nothing to say about this movie besides it was goated, and it was also one of the final performances of Heath Ledger, greatest Joker of all time. The worst one we'll always remember is Jared Leto because he was the worst, but honestly, I think this all sums it up. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and see you guys for more tier lists and videos and whatever gameplay I want to show you.